Good morning, student. Today in economics we are going to study about that what is the long return. My dear student, we are study about the production concept. In this concept, we are going to study long run return to scale. My dear student, long run return means when total inputs, that is regarding about fixed factors and variable factors, both are going to be changed, okay, and the output automatically be going to be changed. So today we are going to study what are the three situations when inputs are going to be changed and what are the effects according to the inputs. Let's see. First we are going to what is the change in all inputs in the same proportion. Change in all inputs of the same proportion means that we are going to study the first situation. Suppose I am going to take capital. Capital means machinery, land, building, etc. Okay, I am going to take one capital, okay, and one labor. Okay, the total output is suppose 100. Okay, total output is 100. Suppose. Then I am going to change fixed factors and variable factors both. Okay, increase one capital more, that is 2 capital, plus, that is plus 2 labor. Okay, the production output is 200 units. What do you observe, my dear students? What is the change in the production? That is change in the production, that is called, you have to find, it is a constant. Because what? Do you know what is the constant here? It is a case of constant return. Why it is called constant return? Because in this constant return we have to observe that 100% increase of return is also increase 100%. Okay, let's see here, 200 by 100 multiply 100. What do you observe? That if you are going to change 200, you have to see that change. First find out the changes. Let's see what is meaning of 100% here. Previously it was a 100 units, now it's a 200 units. So 200 minus 100 upon 100 multiply is equal to 100%. It means it is a called constant return. You can also say that constant return to scale. Constant return to scale. It means the factor of we have to change here both fixed factors and variable factors. Return to scale is 100%. It means it is a constant rate. Now I am going to see what happened when other situation. Suppose I am going to change one labor, again two capital, okay, but one capital, one labor are producing 100 units. Okay, now I am going to change the production, that is 250 here, 250. What do you observe, my dear student? It is a situation when you have to find returns. When you are going to find the return, what do you observe? 250 minus 100. Okay, so divided by 100 into 100, you have to see that 150%. It means it is a situation of increase. It is a situation of increase in return. Increase in return, that is called increase in return to scale. Okay, you can also say that increasing return to scale. Okay, you can say that directly, increasing return to scale. Increasing return to scale. Okay, because when the factor of changes, because when we are apply one capital plus one labor, output is equal to 100 units. Again we are going to change the proportion, that is 2 capital plus 2 labor, output is 250 units. You observe that it is a change, but it is in increasing order. So that is the situation of called increasing return to scale. Again I am going to some changes. Okay, it is a second situation. It is a second situation, my dear student. Let's find out. I am going to change the production here. Okay, I am going to change the production 150. 150 only. What do you observe? 1 capital plus 1 labor, output is equal to 100 units. 2 capital plus 2 labor, output is equal to 150 units. What do you observe? Find out what is the change. You observe change that 150 minus 100, okay, upon 100 multiply 100. You observe that 50%. It means it is a decreasing, it is a situation of decreasing return to scale. Return to scale. Okay. It is a third situation, my dear student, decreasing return to scale. In this, output is going to decrease because previously when we are using one capital, plus one labor, your output is 100. But now when we have to change the input, 2 capital plus 2 labor, output is 150. It means it is a decreasing return because you find out here 150 minus 100 divided by 100, 50% only. So it is a decreasing return of scale. So then you have to see there are three situations. There are three situations in the long run return scale. The long run return scale is also, the first situation is that constant return means whatever their total output is same proportion according to the same proportion of input. Second, increasing return, and third is decreasing return. Okay, there are three situations in the long run return. My dear student, this long run return is also known as law of return to scale. This is also called law of return to scale. This is also called law of return to scale. Okay, why law of return to scale? Let's see here. Once you have to see when the output is changed according to the same proportion of capital and variable factors, that is the constant return. When output is increased, when inputs are also increased, so that is called increasing return. When outputs and input is not increasing order and inputs are same increasing order, you have to say that decreasing order. So it is called the long run return. Why long run return? Because in long run return we are going to change both factor of production, fixed factor plus variable factors. The output may be show three situations. First situation is constant, increasing, decreasing. This law previously known as traditional, meaning that long run return to scale. We can also say that law of return to scale also. My dear student, I hope you have to already understand this topic. When both factors are going to change, the output also changes, either increase, decrease and constant. Thank you, my